Oh wait, nobody could hear me. Yikes. Alright, point is we're getting character quests done today. Why can't I see live chat? That was weird. Anyway, so that's what we're doing today. I know there's other stuff I could do. I just don't want to. So that's what we're gonna do. All of you can do that. That's just how it's gonna be today. Also normally I would stream until like 1 in the afternoon, but I think I'm only gonna stream until noon today. I'm still super behind on my classwork, so attack.
This is the place.
That's the place.
So hidden. But there's nothing spooky about it. Let's go inside and take a look.
Alright, we're going in. Or not. Level 90, they want Dendro and... I don't think I have a Dendro character high enough. We're just gonna have to suffer. We're just gonna have to suffer. Maybe Alhaitham will be on my team anyway as like a trial. Yeah, that's what I expected. He has pointy shoes. Like a loser. Oh, loser. Oh, they gave him his signature sword. Good on them. I don't have his signature sword.
Weird. It's bigger on the inside than Paimon imagined. Are you sure it's still a work in progress? Ilyas, do you remember this place? Huh? Ilyas! Where'd he go?
Who knows?
I don't sense him nearby.
Oh my gosh, I'll
Did he
hate
get
them.
separated from us? Should we wait here or turn around and look for him?
There's no need for that. Let's keep moving.
We're fine.
Alright.
Just leave the guy who just got his memories back behind. That's a good idea. What?
It's okay, Ilyas. You've done more than enough for me already.
I don't understand. Everyone knows that Johnny is stealing your research. Why is no one willing to go public with the truth? He shamelessly used your thesis to send in a project application. And whenever the project hits a wall, he asks you for help. Everyone knows what's going on.
Do you know how many people are working on that project? If Johnny was kicked out because of academic fraud, that'd be the end of the project. Too many people would be affected.
But he's obviously taking advantage of you. He throws you the hardest work, and after you're done pulling all-nighters, he struts around with your research data and takes credit for it. That's not right! Why are you putting up with this?
A lot of people warn me to not say anything. And I think they have a point. This is just how things are. All I want is to graduate without any problems. It's okay. He's at least paying me.
Half a year of your time and effort. Countless all-nighters and casual threats and insults. All for a measly 20,000 mora?
Hey, I could use a 20,000 more right now.
He's treating people like cattle.
Enough. It's fine. I just need to suck it up and get it done.
That doesn't sound very good.
What's the matter?
I just saw.
You could read minds this whole time and you never told Paimon?
Of
No.
course not. I was also able to see those memories just now. They were probably the ones that leaked out while Ilias was connecting to the collective consciousness.
Connecting collective consciousness?
It's clear that this place isn't a work in progress. The hive has long been finished. The collective consciousness project is already complete, and Ilias is now returning to the collective. Not entirely. Keep walking and you'll see why.
Huh. Weird. But sure, I'll keep walking. Treasure chest. I see what they want. That's why they gave me that notification being like, hey, you can move the keys around. It's because there's not enough to go around. Smart. Smart puzzle making. Alright. Mushrooms!
Allow me.
Flicker. Well now.
Oh, so sorry. Windblade!
Just gonna kill this guy real quick, and this guy.
Boom! Time for your arraignment!
Dodge this!
Easy peasy. Oh, more.
Hold the line!
Cool it!
Here.
Windblade! This moment will be frozen in time. With the wind!
With the wind.
Freeze!
Motion to compel!
Defract!
Flicker.
Nice. This will give me a lot of stuff I need.
It's completely different from what Ilias said. This place looks like it's been done for a while.
It does. Which is super suspicious.
Contributing to the collective by only thinking to your strengths. How easy.
Oh, Hatham. Just thinking of that name fills me with hatred. We must get rid of him.
Ugh, jeez. We must get rid of him. That's not creepy at all. You know? Totally not. Oh, are we having another memory? Looks like we are.
An entire year's worth of work down the drain. And for what? Your reputation? Do you have any idea how many people you brought down?
You could have played hero any time. So why couldn't you have waited until the project was complete?
I don't understand what you guys are saying. Are you saying you don't care that Raju jumped to his
Hello.
It's a shame. What happened to him? I thought he was stronger than that. Everyone has been working hard to complete the project. He could have endured for a
How are
bit
you
longer,
doing today?
but he chose now, of all times, to...
In any case, we're done with you. Because of your recklessness.
I'm not
Mata
recognizing you right
Johnny
off.
on
You might have to
trial.
tell me.
Oh, this project is done for. None of this affects you at all. But do you know how many people, myself included, needed this project to complete their studies? Now our futures are up in the air. If worst comes to pass,
Do you have a
we might
hint
not be
you
able
can
to
give me?
graduate. Do you understand now?
That might help.
I'm sorry.
There's no need for an apology. It's not like I'll accept it anyway. You'll pay for this.
Oh, it's so sad. Even the traveler's like
You're blinking out
sad.
again. What did you see this time?
Don't jump to conclusions just yet. Save your words for when we see him.
SCP? Or I'm wrong. Oh, I went the wrong way. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah! I am the winner. No? Oh, well, that's stupid. Okay. I win.
Just in case, why don't we take both keys with us?
Okay. Let me go get the other key. It's like, let's take both keys. Alright, I don't know. Oh, it's another memory. I'm doing a collab with someone soon, so my voice will be revealed. Oh, that's exciting.
Alias, this is all very strange. Is there really no research group that will take you? Well, to pass this course, you must complete a paper with other researchers. I know you're a hero for fighting academic fraud, but well, we can't make exceptions for heroes, now can we? Maybe you should try to improve your relationship with the other researchers. Getting a reputation for being too unconventional will not stand you in good stead in the long run.
Since summer has ended, no one streams as much as me. Since summer has ended. Well, that makes sense because, you know, people have things to do with their life. Like,
Who are you? Where are my manners? My name is Siraj.
you know, I have school.
I've heard of you before.
And so
need something from
sometimes
me?
if I'm behind on homework, I have
The
to
world hates
miss
people who don't fit
streaming.
in. I imagine you've had your fair share of trouble.
Yes, but even people like me. Oh,
After
really?
You reported Johnny for academic fraud.
You too?
You are ostracized and shunned. Even your family can't understand your actions. However, I'm working on some research that will help you merge into a collective. That way, your life won't be so dolorous. How about it? Wanna have a go?
What did you see?
The only person who knows I was like his weird biscuit. Really?
I can't believe it.
I've
He
streamed
did
once.
trick us. That
Fair
giga
enough.
jerk. No, Siraj is the real giga jerk here. Ilias is just a regular jerk. Ooh, Paimon's so mad! We're gonna find him, and we're gonna make him explain himself!
Oh my gosh, Paimon, calm down. Paimon is very aggressive about this. Giga jerk. I know, right? It's so funny. This must be Siraj.
You've come. I intentionally slowed my
Paimon couldn't be
integration into the
somewhere, like-
collective consciousness because I wanted to see you one last time as Ilias. And I wanted to apologize to you as him. It was only at Gandharvaville that the second thing I must do occurred to me. Bring you all here.
That's not good.
To throw off the Matra and bring Alhaitham to the Hive. That was my task as Siraj number 36.
You were already Siraj number 36? But you passed the Matra's lie detector test!
Yes, I truly did forget many things during that time. Even my identity and assigned responsibilities.
I might do a collab
However,
today if the
it's
person I'm
not that I
collabing
got
with would
scared
actually
of the
answer.
job.
That's fair.
I chose to delete those memories.
I
It's
had the
difficult to
same
fool Alhaitham,
problem with
so I had to
streaming
create
with
the perfect
Yoshito
guise
and
for
Joey.
myself.
Is like
And the
our
best
schedules
guise is
just
when you
don't line
believe
up
your
that
own
often,
lies.
so we can't
Correct.
stream that often
I
together.
only told you that the Hive was incomplete because I had deleted my memories of its completion. It was finished a long time ago. Before I left, I was already living as number 36. Now,
You
I
should
choose
collab with
to
me.
return to that identity.
See,
Only here can I be truly free.
I'd be the best collabor.
That's all I wanted to say. After I enter
Um,
this room, my consciousness will merge back into the collective. And so, this is goodbye.
this is goodbye.
Is this your decision?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the person we know is Ilias, not Siraj number 36. The outside world is painful sometimes, but Paimon doesn't think that's a reason to run away.
So,
You need more time to consider, Ilias.
Hey, who are...
that must be Siraj.
That is Siraj.
So you're that giga jerk!
Sorry, I'm trying to pay
Giga
attention to the
jerk.
dialogue.
How bold of you. Have I done something to offend you? I modified Akasha terminals to allow users to share memories and emotions. Then, I recruited researchers from the academia to build a collective consciousness. I assigned numbers to everyone and divided the experiment's tasks amongst themselves. Here, people
Imagine if
can
he had a
live
gun.
easily
Right.
and happily without needing to exercise complex mental thought. This is what they have chosen. All I've done is fulfill their wishes.
You're just trying to justify yourself!
Then I ask you, what's the difference between here and the outside? There are researchers at the academia who engage in dangerous research in extreme environments while others become idle and listless. People are so obsessed with collective will
Take this
that
Paimon
even
pew
those
pew.
on the fringes will attempt to fit in after suffering setbacks.
Honestly, sometimes,
Isn't that
yeah.
right, Ilias? There's no need to deny this, as it is fact. It is natural for social creatures to conform. And the terminus of conformity is a collective consciousness through which even an ordinary bee colony can become a powerful swarm. Replace the bees with humans, and this model becomes even more potent. Welcome to the Hive, Alhaitham. You once arrogantly denied the merits of this project before the Grand Sage. A few simple words from you, and my research was consigned to nothingness. Of course, I'm well aware that you don't care about any of this.
Oh my
You
god.
don't care about the pain of others. But I didn't give up. I made my thesis into reality.
When we arrived, I noticed many empty rooms in the hive.
Oh, you noticed that? Then can you guess where their inhabitants are? The answer is the academia. They're executing another phase of the plan. Plan to install me as a sage. The collective consciousness
Jeez.
links all of us into a single mind, showcasing our individual strengths as we work together. We are able to execute complex undertakings while instantaneously modifying our strategies in
This is
response to
complicated.
unexpected situations. Everything has been proceeding smoothly. You are our biggest obstacle. With you out of the way, I'll use my growing influence to turn the collective consciousness into a legitimate study. The project will snowball until ultimately everyone will be part of my hive. No. The hive will be in control. And it will lead the academia towards a new future.
Oh my gosh. This guy.
What can you achieve with mere words? You weren't even able to change Ilyas's mind. Return to the hive, number 36.
Yes.
What?
Wait! Don't go back! Look! There are lots of people out there worried about you. And you aren't an outcast. Aren't we your friends?
That's easy for you to say, given that you're travelers. Will you two continue to stay at the academia? When you leave, tragedy will repeat itself. Return, number 36. You know as well as I do that comforting words don't make life any easier.
Oof.
Why?
You two are just as arrogant as all Hatham. You think that everyone should be like you and live according to their own truths. But you don't realize that most people simply want easy lives. I allowed number 36 to leave the hive without his memories only because I knew he would eventually return. This proves that I know more about human nature than you do.
Jeez.
Do say a word or two. I will consider them as your last.
I made those words quite clear a year ago. The model you presented was extremely unstable. No amount of garish packaging will change its fragile nature. It can't be helped. If you were clever enough to realize those problems,
Oh my
then you would have been
gosh.
aware that the hive changed when Ilyas returned to this collective consciousness of yours.
What?
What's happening?
The collective needs motivation to execute its plans, just as machinery requires energy to operate.
Okay.
That's why you, as the Overmind, synchronized your hatred of me into the collective, prompting them to create and execute a plan to eliminate me. However, when Ilyas returned to the collective, his memories and emotions were shared with the rest of its members. This includes his perception of me.
Thanks for that. You know, you don't seem like such a bad person. Strange, isn't it? Why did I have those thoughts at that time?
This contradicts the hatred you had provided them, and these two differing emotions will give rise to new conflict.
Uh-oh.
So that's it. Wait, so you knew that Ilyas would return to the hive? And then you pretended to keep him around just to fool Siraj.
That's
Wouldn't
cruel.
expect any less from you, all Hatham. Once the collective consciousness bugs out, we'll take that opportunity to... wait. It's back to normal already.
All Hatham, I told you. You're too arrogant. Did you really think that your little scheme would be enough to destabilize the hive? Ilyas's return had indeed introduced abnormal emotions into the hive, but such a meager drop cannot give rise to waves. Your struggle has been in vain, and it's time to end it. Allow me to show you what makes the collective consciousness so formidable.
So many monsters. Where did they come from? And something feels off about them.
I also integrated monsters into the collective, though I ranked them last. Even so, they are part of it.
What?
Despite their lack of intelligence, perfect cooperation can be achieved. much like soldiers who have undergone strict training. Now
That's messed up.
drown in endless waves of monsters. You will all pay for your ceaseless arrogance.
Hey, Haytham? Your plan didn't work, so what do we do now?
I've already sent my gift to the collective. It'll take some time for the recipient to receive it. You two just need to brace yourselves for the nuisance in front of us.
Okay, fair.
All right. Hyman doesn't know how you get so confident, but we'll hold them off for as long as we can.
Great.
Dodge this! Windblade! Oh, so sorry.
Taurus, bring refuge. Rust and rebuild.
Freeze!
Oh, Haytham isn't that bad of a person.
But it has to be done. You must be eliminated so that we can evolve.
Woo.
Allow me.
Here you are. Scatter!
You see? That is the will of the collective. Even with the hatred, they continue their work. An external anomaly cannot shake the collective's stability.
Oh, jeez.
Abreast, hold the line.
Freeze! Windblade! Don't get frostbite. Cool it!
Boom, boom.
He won't hold out for much longer.
He's a lot tougher than we imagined.
Something's gone wrong with the Academia. The March.
Allow me.
Cool it! What's the hurt? Disappear!
Motion to compel.
Stop.
Incinerate.
Jeez.
Oh, so
Woo! We got a lot.
Windblade!
This is gonna take me a minute.
Diffract! Flicker.
Got it.
What's going on? What's with this sudden influx of information? Silence! As the Overmind, I command you!
It's not gonna happen. They're not gonna listen.
Rust and rebuild.
Freeze! Windblade!
Covenant of the
What quest is this? It's the Al Haytham story quest. That's what it is.
Hold the line. Motion to compel.
Cool it! Don't get frostbite.
That's what I'm working on right now. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm trying to get a ton of these character quests done before, like,
Freeze!
the next...
Boom, boom.
Because I know there's probably more Fontaine stuff, but I haven't seen it yet.
How is that possible? Why hasn't it been resolved yet?
Oh, you're kidding me. No, 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 no. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see it. 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 Ah!
But Siraj is the most intelligent among us. He is number one. His judgment is the optimal one.
Meh. Nope. That didn't work.
Not necessarily.
Yikes.
Hold the line. Billowing surge.
I don't want to deal with this.
Freeze!
Woo! Woo! No!
Flicker. A process of elimination. Well now.
What's the hurry? Don't get frostbite.
You can help. Well, I'm kind of in the middle of it. In the middle. I'm doing okay, though. No, I'm not. Hold on. Food. I got an idea. Woo! Woo! Get away!
Boom! Rest and rebuild.
Dodge this!
With the wind! Wind blade!
I've fought this boss so many times. I hate this boss.
What's the hurry? Cool it! Oh, so sorry.
Covenant of the deep. Hold the line.
I will get him. Hold on. Haha! I got it.
What have you done?
Calm down. Don't you have an easy way to figure this out? You were only designated as number 36? What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number. Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals based solely on their jnana energy.
What you said to Ilias has now become a memory shared by all members of the Hive.
I see it now! You've channeled and amplified their selfish desires! You're trying to destroy my hive from the inside out!
Human minds are not infinitely pliable, and your hive has stretched many of them to their limit. Once your authority as Overmind starts to wane, it won't be long before your subjects snap back. Is it worth living here like a machine? Being a tool for the rest of my life? As soon as one person begins to have these thoughts, selfishness, doubt, and fear will propagate, thanks to the web of consciousness that you built. At this stage, your so-called hive has already fallen.
It's not over yet.
He's so cool and smart.
Overmind! There has to be a way!
It's too late. Once the desires of the hive accumulate, beyond a certain threshold, they will kill their king.
I wouldn't have suffered such a disgraceful defeat if I was the Overmind.
My number shouldn't be so far down the list! Siraj is a liar!
This isn't what we agreed to.
I should be the one in your position!
I'll hate them is so cool.
The hive shut down?
It's over.
What happened just now?
The hive fell apart.
Members of a collective consciousness are more likely to reach a consensus because of their shared memories and emotions. For example, Ilias did have differing perceptions, but he ultimately followed the collective consciousness's judgment. However, this system is far from perfect. Based on this logic, the collective consciousness will generate an intractable diffusion effect upon encountering negative emotions.
Selfish
The
desires.
disturbance that Ilias caused wasn't for naught. It made the collective question the Overmind. Setbacks in the plan further amplified doubt, which diminishes the Overmind's influence. This inevitably causes the collective to generate negative emotions. Apprehension, disappointment, panic, avarice. These negative emotions can be very well hidden, as humans generally do not share completely transparent channels of communication. But in the hive, where there are no secrets, negativity can spread like a tidal wave. Of course, what I said to Ilias was the trigger for all of this.
Nice.
A few words were enough. Believe in the power of words, Siraj.
You were already thinking of a way to destroy the collective consciousness. Even back then. You knew that Ilias was the bait all along? But how did you know? Since when?
I knew it from the moment I saw him. Moreover, I never looked down on you. My opinion of you has always been objective. You have a naive view towards the concepts of collective consciousness and human evolution, but you are intelligent and disciplined. You would never let a test subject escape. Mistakes like that are beneath you, and you also won't leave any mistake without a resolution.
I never thought I'd hear those words come from you. But if you're saying that out of sympathy, spare me.
He's not.
I know very well that you've never viewed me as an equal. When you were with us, you always had a distant look in your eyes.
That's just kind of how he is.
You don't need to hide it. I know it better than anyone else. The arrogance that comes with being a genius. Nobody likes being treated like that.
Your perspective is entirely born from your habitual way of looking at things.
Oof!
From your perspective, you probably think I'm like you. Someone who doesn't fit in. However, I've never placed myself on a pedestal.
Nice!
I just want to distance myself from meaningless noise and look at everything objectively. On the other hand, you have failed to come to terms with who you truly are. You care too much about winning and how others perceive you.
You mean to say that I'm the arrogant one here?
Is that not so? Arrogant and emotionally fragile.
Oof!
You people as a simple, mediocre collective, while you regard me as one of your kind.
Regardless, I have lost. You can take me back to the academia and stand trial.
You will stand trial, yes. But arresting people isn't in my job description. I'm just an ordinary staff member. I believe it is the General Mahamatra's duty to escort you away.
Sino coming in clutch.
What are you doing here?
Doing his job.
I followed the symbols. Looks like things have already been settled.
Symbols?
I left a similar picture in my letter to him, and I made several similar symbols on the way here.
Smart.
Wait, what do you mean you left a letter? Oh, Paimon remembers. When Paimon first saw you, Arav said that you had left a letter for Sino. So you really did know that something was up with Ilias from the start. You lied to us too!
Well, that's what
It'd
he
be
had to
best
do.
If you didn't spout nonsense. I never employed any mode of trickery on you. By the way, I came across some information at the Academia a few days ago. If you practice the method discussed therein, your vision may improve. Do you need it?
Seriously? This guy.
Paimon.
Wait, Sino. Paimon heard that Siraj sent more people to the Academia. We can't let those jerks get away.
Don't worry. The Matra have started screening suspicious persons. And we've already arrested many of Siraj's associates.
Nice job,
This was
Sino.
likely one factor that caused the Hive's consciousness to waver. Everything went as you predicted, all Hatham.
Good. Seems like the interesting part is already over. I'll leave the arrests to you all. See you.
And off he goes. There still are a lot of test subjects here, so let's stick around for a while.
That's not a bad idea. Alright. So there's probably a lot of test subjects. So are we talking to all of them?
No. Oh no. I was involved in all these plans to get rid of the acting Grand Sage?
Yeah.
What
Do they
came
not
over
remember
me?
their time in the
How can I
collectiveness?
do something like this?
We were accomplices without knowing it. But I'm afraid that Alhaitham might pressure the Matra into giving us heavier sentences. Whether he's the scribe or the acting Grand Sage, we can't afford to offend him. It seems our future at the Academia will be full of uncertainties.
We can discuss the future later. Leaving the collective left me with a strange sense of guilt. I didn't feel anything towards Alhaitham at first, since he wasn't well known. All the opinions I heard about him were negative, though. Siraj made us hate Alhaitham, and we blindly accepted that hatred and thought of him as a bad person. From how things look, we've done a lot of irrational things.
I guess we're getting what we deserve. Could you help us apologize to Alhaitham?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Sure. Paimon will help you tell Alhaitham. But whether he chooses to forgive you is up to him.
I don't think Alhaitham really
It's okay.
cares. He seems like the
No
guy who
matter what
doesn't
he
care.
chooses, apologizing will make us feel slightly better. If he chooses to remember this, we're prepared for our punishment.
It's time to go.
Let's go.
So, were they all doomed?
It's terrible.
We can ask Alhaitham about that later.
Yeah.
Looks like I
The
can't exist
voices.
as Siraj number 36. Yet, my life as Ilyas goes on. When I was at Gandharvaville, I thought about whether I should just come forward.
The
with
voices!
truth. But
Have you seen that
I didn't
TikTok
have
meme?
the courage then.
What is this kid doing?
So in the end, I lost my sense of justice. But I also wasn't able to conform.
Ilyas?
Don't be sad. I'm the one who deceived you. However, I didn't come out of this completely empty-handed. The moment the hive collapsed, an idea popped into my head. I realized that the collective I was always trying to fit into wasn't as powerful as I had imagined. Understanding that gave me courage somehow. Perhaps one day I could be just like Alhaitham and not care about what anyone else thinks.
Can I also be like Alhaitham? Oh, I guessed the meme correctly? That's great.
Thanks. Well, I
Ooh.
should get going. I'm one of the primary suspects in the case, so I'll have to receive my due punishment. Can you keep this a secret from my parents and my sister? I just don't want them to worry.
That's fine.
Also, please apologize to Alhaitham for me.
You can be anything you want to be. Great!
All the test subjects have been taken away.
Especially Alhaitham.
My subordinates seal the place, retrieve all documentation, and destroy the system. Are you too hurt?
I'm gonna be honest
I've got
though.
bandages and hemostatics.
When I was in like middle school, I was honestly a little bit like Alhaitham, a
Get
little
some
too
rest.
much.
Oh, Hatham is probably waiting for you at the entrance. Go see him when you're done here. Watch out for any of
Guess what? The
Siraj's
Water Daddy is
associates who
official
might
level
still be in
90.
hiding.
That's great. Yeah,
If you
no,
encounter
it's.
anything you can't take
I
with
was
you,
the kid who wore
you'll find me at the
headphones,
Academia.
sat quietly by myself, read books, and gave everyone dirty glares. I was really mean. And what's funny was I didn't hate anyone in particular. I just like naturally have like a resting bee face. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't trying to glare at anyone, but when I was focused in my book, I looked mad.
The matter's settled. We can return now. I actually thought it would have been settled sooner. This took much longer than I expected.
I am a
Judging by
step
your
closer.
faces,
It's
it
just
seems like you two
inside
still
me.
have some questions.
I was
respect your curiosity, but I'm off the clock now, so I'm not going to field any questions.
Hey, we're not your colleagues!
You couldn't tell that was an excuse just now?
Are you kidding me?
That is also something I would do.
Back at Siraj's secret base.
I'm off the clock, so I'm not talking to you. Imagine enjoying a book and then it looks like you're about to throw up. No, seriously, that's what I acted like in like middle school and my early years of high school until I wanted to make friends, and then I was like,
your behavior is reminding me of some other people.
oof.
Stop changing the subject.
It's too much of a hassle to explain everything from the top. You know what? Come with me.
Finally, some answers.
You'll know when we get there.
Well, doesn't Al Hatham look mad all the time? He's thick, yes. Yeah, no, I was one of those kids. I'm gonna be completely honest. I still kind of am. Especially when I'm like out and about in public. I will have earbuds in like all the time, and I just look mad at everybody. And if people insult me, I like will be extremely rude and insult them back really badly. Really badly. Just roast them right there and then there. It's funny to me.
Is this
Throw a book at them. Yes. Oh, this is his house? I don't think I've seen his house before.
What's with you all of a sudden? Being all polite and inviting us over?
It's Kaveh. Dude, your anthem is
you're back.
lit.
Quick, come help me see if this painting's all straightened. Huh? Who are they?
Stop making a fuss. They're obviously
I knew it.
You're not from the academia.
Have you heard the anthem that Will Stetson made? Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I'm unsure she's seen you before. You're that person from that time in that one place.
Paimon, that
Wait,
doesn't
what?
help.
How do you know me? Oh no,
Those two are basically married.
What? You're embarrassed only now of all times?
Oh, you guys are roommates.
They were roommates.
Yes, we are, but keep that to yourselves. Please, don't tell anyone else.
I keep a few books on collectives and the subconscious here at home. I'll get them. You all chat in the meantime.
Hey! You're leaving just like that? What's the deal, Al Hatham?
It'll be fine. They very much are married. I wouldn't be surprised.
Sorry, I know we've only just met, but I have to ask. Are you, you wouldn't happen to be actors that Al Hatham hired to pretend to be his friends, would you?
I love how that's what he says.
What?
He thinks that we pretend to be his
Guess
friends.
not. I've never seen him invite friends home before, so please excuse my surprise. You guys get it, right? You know, with his temperament and stuff.
His temperament and stuff.
But aren't you friends with him?
Not really.
I wouldn't say friends exactly.
Ah!
Okay.
They
We used to be, but we're not anymore.
They're dating.
Don't worry about it. My name is Kaveh.
Confirmation
I'm sorry
right
to
there.
invite you under these circumstances. Anyway, please don't say anything
Right?
about me living here.
You seem like you got a lot going on. So maybe Samora will make Paimon shut up.
Are you serious? How could you? Of course. You're Al Hatham's friends.
What? That was a normal response. You exposed your own weakness.
Still, Why do you have to treat me like he does?
Judging by the deafening din coming from the living room, you all must be getting along quite well.
Sure.
Entertain your own friends, why don't you?
I'll leave the books here.
Skim through its contents are confusing to understand.
This is way too complicated. Why don't we just ask questions instead? Paimon wants to know, oh, how did you know about the collective consciousness' weakness?
A year ago, Siraj presented his thesis to the Grand Sage, who offhandedly asked
Yeah,
for my
totally
opinion.
caught him. They're like,
actually
well,
responded with
we
2 lines
were
of
friends,
reasoning.
but we're not
The
anymore.
first, as I've already said, is that his research was on human evolution, a subject prohibited by the academia. The second was that I thought the direction of his research was too extreme, but his approach too conservative.
Wait, that's too conservative? He built such a large lab, gathered all those people, and even tried to get rid of you!
One way to stabilize a collective consciousness is to remove the test subject's humanity altogether. The optimal solution to achieve collective
all know
consciousness
now.
is to focus
They're
solely
dating.
on the overmind and treat the other test subjects as tools.
That's way too dangerous. You're not seriously considering that, are you? 'Cause, whew.
I'm merely stating the facts. If Siraj had done that, I would have felt his work to be just as senseless. It's impossible for any species to evolve overnight, and humans without their humanity cannot be called humans. That's why the academia prohibited research into human evolution. Most research of this kind tends to run contrary to evolution.
Paimon gets it now.
Ha! That's rich coming from you. If humans aren't humans without their humanity, then you'll probably evolve into some other species in another decade, I wager.
What about you? Are you going to devolve into a fungus?
At least I'd be a fungus with empathy. Sorry for eavesdropping, but what happened to you guys? Are you in trouble?
Sort of. We encountered a strange researcher that had it out for us.
Are you all okay? Huh. So that's how things went. Such is life. If only he'd known, Alhaitham could have stayed indoors today, and the whole thing could have been avoided, right? Plus, he could have helped me with the housework for once.
He could have
Those
helped me
books,
with the
they've been
housework.
sitting
They're
there
like a
waiting for someone
grumpy
to sort
married
through them
couple.
for an age. If you're not gonna read them, tidy them away. They don't belong there.
He's like the grumpy wife that nags her husband. And he
Can you feel the awkwardness in the air? I hope you're aware of your lack of conversational skills.
Oh, so the pot's calling the kettle black, is he? Well, having said all that,
I love them
okay?
too. They're
I'm doing
adorable.
quite well. Much better than that painting you're trying to hang on the wall.
You don't understand anything. Stop criticizing my taste in decoration.
Kaveh seems to be upset again. Just walk away, Kaveh. That's for your best interests.
Let's just get this over with and leave.
I blame you.
Whisper very loudly.
No, Alhaitham just has sensitive ears. We all know it.
Do you have any more questions?
Let Paimon think. Oh, by the way, the other researchers apologized to you. They hope that you can forgive them.
I bear them no ill will. More accurately, I don't really care about what they think of me. To some extent, they were also fooled by Siraj. The Matra will take this into account at their trials.
Ilias also said that he wanted to tell us the truth at Gandharvaville, but he didn't have the courage.
We know they love each other.
You too.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
We
I
know.
never considered asking him to come forward with the truth.
We know.
Judging from his experiences, he's more courageous than the average person. There's no need to lay even more criticism on him. Criticizing the brave only shows how weak you yourself are.
Oh yeah, I know. I've
going
heard
to
about it.
get into
It's
so
new
I
and let
feel
and
more
Risley.
Paimon doesn't have any more questions. How about you?
Right? Or am I wrong about that one?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. You only started investigating with the Matra at the Academia because you were interested in something, right? But after meeting Siraj, it didn't seem like you were interested in him or his experiment.
I had no interest in him personally, but I was curious as to why so many people were willing to form a collective consciousness with him. I now understand the reason.
Yes, and I agree. I was doing the Risley quest, and yeah, I'm gonna have to do that one later.
The fall of the Sages and the shutdown of the Akasha terminals deeply affected the Academia.
They don't fight, but it's so
Siraj's
obvious.
project attracted so much interest, despite not being approved, speaks to the lack of research projects as of late. As the acting Grand Sage, I'll have to figure something out. In addition, what happened to Ilias is worth our attention. Reporting academic fraud was the right thing to do. He didn't deserve the outcome that he had received.
Paimon understands now. Oh, you're pretty serious when it comes to work, huh?
I think minimum viable seriousness is a more apt description.
Minimal
I'll do my best
viable
to take care of this
seriousness.
mess until my resignation is approved.
Wait, your resignation?
Yes. I've already submitted my resignation to the Academia. Soon, I'll resign as the acting Grand Sage and go back to being its scribe. I don't think Siraj knew about that. If he had waited just a few more days before acting, I would have already resigned. What he'd do then wouldn't have been any concern of mine. However, even without my input, his unstable model would have collapsed for some other reason, so it makes no difference.
But why do you want to resign?
I'm not suited to be a sage, nor do I want to be one. The official process to select the new sages is already underway, but this process is long and takes far too much time. If I serve as acting Grand Sage for too long, the position might become permanent. That would be troublesome. This job isn't something I want to spend the rest of my life doing.
You have a pretty clear direction for yourself.
To keep your priorities straight. Well, it's about time. You two should grab some dinner as well.
Oh, now that you say that, Paimon's kinda hungry. See ya! We're gonna grab some yummies.
Yummies.
See ya.
Yeah, no, you are not the only one. I know. We did it! And I think those are my... I have enough for another wish. I wished for Risley the first time and I didn't get him. So, I'm a little sad about that. But, I'm trying to do a lot of quests so that way I can potentially get him. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing so many quests to grind the Primo Gems because I don't have money. And I shouldn't be using money to get the wishes. You're at 60 penny. I'm only at 20? 20, yeah. Oh, guess what happened to... You might be upset at me for this, but I got it the first time I wished for it. I got his signature weapon. I don't have a lot of Catalyst books, and I was like... I know. I don't have a lot of good Catalyst weapons, and I was like, well, I'll wish one time and just see what happens, and I got it the first time. It was a very good day. Oh, I need money. I'm gonna use some of my resin to get more money. Yeah, no, I know! But I wanted the signature weapon so badly for Nouvelette, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to actually get Risley at first. I wasn't sure about it. And then when I saw how good he was, I was like, dang, I should have saved those. That's my bad, though. I made my choices, now I get to live with them, okay?
Don't get frostbite.
Actually, same. Yeah. I made the choice. Where did you go?
Dodge this.
Like, honestly, I wasn't sure if I would want him, but now I'm honestly even thinking about replacing Kaya with him if I get him.
Don't push your luck.
Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm really considering it.
Will be frozen in time. Don't push your luck.
Don't tell Kaya I said that, though.
Motion to compel.
There's one dead. No, I'm serious though about the I might replace him with my Kaya and put Kaya somewhere else. I don't want to get rid of Kaya completely because I think he's still useful. But I might replace him. I might replace him. If I get Risley, then I'll make him a DPS on my first team and take Haza. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't think I would want him until I saw more gameplay of him, and I was like, actually... and then I kind of regretted my choices, but it's okay. We still have...
Thank you for complete. Add Astro.
I don't know how many days. I think it's 17 or so days until he disappears, which should be enough for me to get 50 wishes. I just wanted him to get that's a solid reason, not gonna lie. You know, for me, it's, yeah, he has 17 days. That's enough for me to get enough wishes to wish at least 2 more times. With 10. So, I will try. Oh, apparently I have... some things on the reputation quest. Well, I want Risley for 2 reasons. I just think it's cool that he's the first cryo catalyst, and I also like that he's a fighter. You know, he goes to punch. You don't see me right now, but I'm doing the punch. Alright, let me just check on this real quick, and then I'm going to do the next story quest on my list. I have a couple. Wow. Look how many of these I've gotten done. He does the punch. Yeah. I think it's cool. I have a soft spot for fighter characters. Where they either like to fight or they're just good at it. The punch. Yes. Alright, why don't we do Baiju's story quest? That seems like a good idea. And then I guess we'll do Nahida's or Deha's. Deha's? Is that how you say your name? Deha. That doesn't seem right. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can only stream until noon today, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we're loading.
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
It's already noon for me. Ah.
No, I'm not.
It's 11
My
for
name's
me.
Ayu, and I'm here because...
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gray. What's going on?
Hi, Traveler and Paimon.
Oh my gosh.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost. I think he must be new to the city. Probably wandered away from his parents and...
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in Liyue Harbor?
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But I'm worried that it's getting more serious.
So, what about your mom?
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. Meanwhile, my dad's been getting worse and worse. I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Ride. So I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there? When we got to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then, when I turned back around, my dad was gone.
Oh, that's not good.
I asked the Millith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured, maybe I could ask some other people in the city to help.
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people. Isn't that right, Traveler?
Yeah, except for your sister. Oh, sorry.
Changshan can help. She has a good sense of smell, like a dog.
Hey, who's talking about me behind my back?
No.
She meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy.
I did!
Talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baiju?
Uncle Baiju?
Shang, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition? As much as you can recall.
Yes, Dr. Baiju.
He explains his father's health situation. Hey, am I not wrong?
Your family lives near Chingsa Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall ever seeing you or your parents.
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Ride. She always tells me to just stay at home and keep my dad company.
Is that so? Ayu, by any chance, is your mother's name Jiangli?
Whoa, yeah, it is. Do you know my mom, Dr. Baiju?
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy at the moment? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine, so I would very much like to assist with the search. Would the two of you have time to join me?
Don't forget us two. We already told Ayu that we'd help.
Oh, really? Well, that's wonderful. We are most grateful for your support.
You can count on
Chi-Chi and I need to
us.
clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the search.
Family is
Very important.
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy.
Chi-Chi
Traveler,
is
Paimon,
adorable.
why don't you come with me and Ayu? Let's start by talking to the Millilith guards at the city gates, see if they have an update.
Heart of Healing. Alright. Where? I'm already getting lost. I'm just like this kid's dad. Where am I? I don't know. I don't know. Wait, am I going the wrong way? No, it's making me take the long way. Shortcut! And boom. Here we go. Oh, jeez, there's something like in my throat.
They searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either. We need to start looking further afield. But where are we gonna get the people?
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
Ah, hey there, buddy. Dr. Baiju. What brings you out this way?
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As for updates, I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
Oh, that
The guards at
sucks.
the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either.
Can you do
So we don't
quests in
believe he was
co-op?
heading
I
towards the
don't
Blade
know
of
about...
Plains.
You
But
might be
it
able
is
to do like
possible
world
that he
quests
was
and
bound
side
for
quests, but I don't know about
Luhua
like
Pool.
character quests and
The terrain there can
storyline
be
quests.
tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
We'll take that
We will.
area.
Oh, great. We can't thank you enough.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying.
Yeah, I don't know about the character quests. I want to delete the pin here. Jeez. I keep coughing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I can only stream until noon because I'm still super behind on schoolwork and I need to work on it. You know? So not much you can do there, but I will. Oh, there's a guy there.
Dad, can you hear me?
There's somebody over there.
Yeah, schoolwork is such a yeah, especially since the class that I'm behind in is 3D modeling, so it just takes extra time. Like, just doing one assignment will take a couple hours.
Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further!
Watch where you're going!
A hotel stopped him.
Dear customer, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you needn't hasten the inevitable. Are you all right? Huh?
Dad!
Hey, Hu Tao! My, who do we have here? It's the Traveler in Paimon, and... my worst nightmare. I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
Thank you, Director Hu, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? It's me, Ayu.
You're... Ayu? Who am I?
Uh-oh.
Your name is Jia Liang, and you live just west of Qingse Village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. Remember? Does that jog your memory?
Oh, my name is
Who?
Jia.
Right?
Liyue Harbor. See the doctor? Yes, I'm Jia Liang, and I need to see the doctor. Wait,
Why do I need to see the doctor?
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away. Sorry, Hutao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time.
Hold on a second. You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you?
Huh? Why not? What's the problem?
Come on, Baiju. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs? Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends?
What signs?
Use what? What are you talking about? Paimon's lost.
Oh my gosh. Sub
There are
out?
traces of God remains in Jialiang's system.
Yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable.
Oh my gosh, it's been like
Sorry, what?
half a year since I've seen you.
God remains?
There's no need to worry, Director Who. I have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the sworn duty of all who practice medicine to cure illnesses and
I'm
save
doing
lives.
good.
What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me? Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
Now you're bringing my great uncle into this?
Oh yeah?
Baiju, just what are you planning this time?
Merely to cure this man, nothing more.
Big brain
But
on
of
math.
course, if you have
Fair
any
enough.
doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to Boo Boo Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
Wow.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today.
Don't forget what we're here to
deal.
do.
We're not going to solve anything by keeping Jialiang here. I'm happy to do it your way, but for my great uncle's sake and the travelers, of course.
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time
I
is
gotta
of the
think about
essence.
it.
Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once.
Magical teleportation. Okay.
Blockages within the cardiovascular system. Reduced blood flow and energy circulation? I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Sure.
Dr. Baiju, how bad is it? Can you cure him?
Don't you worry. Baiju's a really great doctor. He's sure to find a way. Isn't that right, Baiju?
Ayu, do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't as bad as this when I was still little.
So it's been a long time indeed. No, I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start tonight.
Nice.
Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
Thank you, Dr. Baiju. Thank you so much.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Who, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
ordered Beyblades?
However,
The new kind that are plastic and fake?
a doctor must be able to focus when treating a patient. Any distractions...
Sorry, that was very rude of me.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something.
Sorry, that was super rude. I grew up with the classic metal Beyblades. I still have some. I had a metal one in here. That's
Bye
fair.
for now, everyone.
You lost them? Oof. I still have some of mine. I have
Are you ready, Baiju?
2.
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's get started.
I bought a black one. That's fair. You know, I think I even remember the name. I remember the name of at least one of my Beyblades, which was Cyber Pegasus.
after hearing Baiju mention those people from his past. What do you think they were like?
Why black? Because it's cool.
Curious too, right? Let's go see what we can
40
find
subs
out
vid special. Do I have 40 subs now? Or is it still just the 39? When did I get 40? Oh, why am I climbing on the building? Oh, I'm at 39. Okay. I don't know. I might do a video when I get 50 or 100 or so. I don't know about 40. When I get 42, yeah.
Spectacled, snake-bedecked docs doing surgery. Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today? Actually, don't tell me. Let me
Around
guess.
the world.
From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions for me.
Guilty as charged. So, we were just a little curious about Baiju's master. What was he like? Oh, and also, how come you and Baiju could tell so quickly that Jia Liang had god remains in his system?
Huh? I thought I told you
Wait,
once before.
what?
Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first
Hold
found
on.
to fight
Okay.
back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war.
Oh, that vaguely rings a bell.
Well,
I think I spelled
it is
around
a
wrong.
dusty old tale
No,
by
you
this
didn't.
point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death. These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify gods' remains when we see them.
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baiju learn this
Chemistry is big bad.
Almost certainly from his master.
Yeah, I don't like chemistry
who was
either.
Also my great uncle. Baiju's master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Wow, fancy that. Huh. So if he was from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, how did he end up as Baiju's master?
According to my grandpa, he and my great uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Chenyu Vale, where they met a pharmacist. That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great uncle, because after that encounter, he suddenly announced he wanted to leave the family business and go practice medicine instead. My grandpa had a huge argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great uncle stayed in Chenyu Vale to practice medicine.
Fair enough.
They never spoke to each other again.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change. Kinda hard to imagine. But why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives? That seems a bit extreme.
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days. But according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him. And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Chenyu Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
In what way?
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary Baiju is around me. He'd never tell me anything. But even that says to me that he definitely has something to
I'm
hide.
never gonna leave because you will
One
have
thing
zero
I
watches
do
and I
know
don't
about
want
Baiju
that.
is
That's
that
nice
he's
of you.
obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that has anything to do with what he's hiding is hard to say.
That's very nice of you.
Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers.
Wait until 8 in the morning. I want you to stream. I want you to stream to someone, and it's gonna be me. I'm back. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me. Now we have to wait for the time jump.
It's a new day! Let's go back to Boo Boo Pharmacy and check out how Jialiang is doing.
It's okay, I totally get it.
Dad!
Oh, are you?
Oh, he remembers.
Dad, you remember me!
Mind blown.
Yes, I remember now. Oh, Ayu, I'm so sorry. You must have been worried sick. Has your mom shown up yet? She's been gone for a while, hasn't she?
Don't worry, Dad. I got the Adventurers Guild to help us look for her. And Dr. Baiju's gonna help too. Right now, all you need to do is concentrate on getting better.
Great. That's wonderful. I can't thank you enough, Dr. Baiju.
My
I stole
pleasure,
Twitter.
really.
What?
It's the least I can do to honor my late master's dying wish. If anything, I should be apologizing to you for not making the time to visit in all these years.
What do you mean? I'm
Not
confused.
at all, Dr. Baiju. It's only because Jiang Li, what was her reason again?
You're still in the early stages of recovery, so you'll need
Yes.
to take it easy for a while. Take it slowly and try not to overexert yourself.
I do!
Suggest you stay at Boo Boo Pharmacy and rest for at least the next few days.
I don't know about sub out, but
Director
I
Wu,
do.
Do you have any further reservations about Jia Liang's condition?
Seems like the evil presence is gone after all. You really did manage to suppress it, huh? How did you accomplish this? In
What's
a
the
single
angry face for? Same.
That would be a trade secret, I'm afraid. If that gives you any cause for concern, you may continue to monitor Jia Liang for as long as you wish.
Sub out's
Though,
mad.
I regret to say that Boo Boo Pharmacy cannot offer to reimburse Wang Sheng Funeral Parlor for any revenue lost in the meantime.
Oh, come on, Baiju. I'm not that unreasonable.
Okay, bye bye. I'll see you later.
I've been stuck indoors for too long. Baiju, take me outside for some air, or I'm going to suffocate.
Wow, that snake is sassy.
Yes, of course. Everyone,
Bye-bye.
please excuse Chiang Shang and myself for a moment.
Suffering now, are we? Did you seriously expect to cover it up just by putting on a brave face and ignoring it? If it weren't for my quick thinking, they'd have all seen the sorry state you're in by now.
Aw, poor Baiju.
But in any case, why must you keep this a secret from everybody? You should at least share your secret with one person you trust.
Who's there?
It's me, the traveler.
Why did you follow us here?
I thought you were looking a little unwell.
It's nothing. I just needed to get some air.
He's coughing.
What did I just say about putting on a brave face?
I love this snake.
Paimon, the truth is, Baiju did not cure Jialiang's illness. Instead, he transferred some of his own life force to his patient to temporarily subdue the poison in his system.
What?
Baiju, can you please explain all of this?
My predecessors in medicine forged a contract with Changsheng. Every successor to this contract is able to use Changshang's secret art to treat patients. I believe the irregularities with Jialiang's heart meridian were likely caused by a poison concocted using god remains as a key ingredient. The poison has not been purged from Jialiang's system. Rather, I infused him with some of my own life force, using Changshang as the delivery medium. This will suppress the poison's effects for a limited time.
How much time, though?
You can do that? Huh. Paimon always thought you were just Baiju's strange choice of a necklace. Hey, I'll have you know that I commanded the respect of even the Adepti back in Chenyu Vale. If anything, he is my mannequin. I was treating patients with Baiju's master's master long before he ever set eyes on his first medical text. Whoa. Guess you shouldn't judge a snake by its skin.
Please, that's enough.
Wait a sec. Huto was saying that the branch of medicine you studied uses some pretty dubious methods. So, when you transfer your life force, does that mean you're actually damaging your own body?
Hardly. Changshang helps to keep my chi in balance, so there is no great harm done.
Still, Baiju's life force is not unlimited. We must find a way to neutralize the poison in Jialiang's body. And soon. Traveler, Paimon, would you lend this dummy a hand? He needs someone checking up on him, or he'll exhaust himself trying to accomplish everything on his own.
Go on, let us help you.
Don't you think you should seize this opportunity? You cannot expect to hide this from everyone for your entire life. Time will see that all secrets surface eventually.
Oh.
Entire life. Thank you, Traveler and Paimon.
Huh. Paimon doesn't think we've seen this side of you. But there's no need to thank us. You've helped
Not
us
the
out
Smurf
before.
cat? What?
The poison in
confused.
Jialiang's system must have accumulated over a prolonged period. I think I should pay a visit to their family home and look for clues as to how he might have been exposed to it. Yes, I asked Ayu this morning before you arrived. He told me that his family lives in a secluded spot
My
towards
leg fell
Chinsa
asleep.
village.
Oh no.
Let's head there together once I've asked Gui and Chi-Chi to look after the pharmacy. As well as investigating Jialiang's exposure to the poison, we should also keep an eye out for Ayu's missing mother, my fellow disciple, Jiang Li.
The 3 L's of life. I made myself laugh. That's when you know you've hit a new low. Ugh. Oh, this reminds me. Let me check it. His is leveled up. Okay. What about yours? It's not. How dare I fix? Finally. Dang. Don't worry. I just have to make some weapons better. And I'm getting a ton from doing these quests, and I'm gonna take advantage of it. Okay. That reminds me, I have my list. I have a list of things that I need to ascend or level up or whatever. Who's texting me? Leave me alone. I know. Well, so what's funny was for a while I had a ton, but what ended up happening was I realized I needed to work on people's weapons, and so I like used all of them to get their weapons to where they are currently, and now I don't have enough. So I'm like scraping the bottom of the barrel to get the stuff for it. What I really need to do is figure out all the ascension materials and just collect the ascension materials so that way I know I have them and just slowly level up weapons. That's what I need to do. But I haven't been able to find the ascension list for those weapons yet.
Whoa! There's a house all the way out here? Huh. It's so well hidden, Paimon's never noticed it before.
Nor have I. And I've hosted clinics at Qingsa Village many times in the past. If you ask me, Jiangli was trying to remain unnoticed.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. We meant to ask earlier, but it slipped our minds in the rush to get here. Could you tell us more about Jiangli? You said she was your fellow disciple, right?
She was indeed. We studied medicine together under the same master near Chenyu Vale. She is several years older than I and also began her travels far earlier than me. As a result, the time I spent studying alongside her was rather short.
Supposedly, she met an herb gatherer sometime during her travels and decided to settle down with him. That must have been Jialiang. Wait, Changsheng, are you saying neither of you had actually met Jialiang or Ayu before all of this?
Jiangli did occasionally come back to Chenyu Vale to see our master, but for whatever reason, she hardly ever talked about her family. The last time she visited us, she and Master had some sort of quarrel. We never heard from her after that. It almost seemed as if she'd gone into hiding.
Huh.
Quarrel? What happened? I don't know. I did not witness the argument myself.
Nor did Master ever explain it to me. All he would say is that should I ever encounter Jiangli or her family in the future, I should do everything in my power to help them.
Oh, so that's why you went to such extreme lengths to help Jialiang.
No. Even if my master had never said anything, it would still be my duty as a doctor to help him. My decision would have remained the same.
Paimon never knew you were so selfless, Baiju. Paimon always had you down as the sneaky, scheming type. Sorry.
Wow, Paimon.
So a few words from me is enough to dispel all your suspicions? You ought not be quite so quick to relax your guard, Paimon.
Lifeless.
Sometimes even the good guys have their own private agenda.
What the... Okay, that was the most suspicious sounding thing you've ever said.
Let's leave the idle chatter there for now. Jiangli has lived in this house for many years. There must be something here that can shed a little light on this whole situation. Let's split up. But if anyone finds anything, we'll examine it together.
Deal. Look for clues. There's a clue. Oop. Another clue. A diary. You have to go. It's alright. I get it. Bye-bye.
Traveler, Paimon, come quick.
Bye-bye.
What is this?
What is that?
Changsheng and I found a hidden compartment. This is what was hidden inside.
God remains?
You sense it too? You're right. This is a poison concocted using god remains. Is it? Breathing? Paimon's not seeing things, is she?
No, your eyes do not deceive you. I do believe the poison in this bottle is alive.
Alive?
Some toxins act a lot like living organisms. I read about this once in the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases. This ancient class of poisons consists of mother and minor loads, capable of sustaining a connection over vast distances. If it's a concoction of this kind we're dealing with, then both the poison in Jialiang's system and this one here are likely minor loads. Offshoots, essentially.
Offshoots? So, the main body is somewhere else?
Correct. Whoever is administering the poison can manipulate the source to indirectly control the poisoned individual's behavior and even cognition. Similarly, the poisoned individual will hear, to a varying extent, the call of the source.
The call of the... Wait. So, back when Jialiang ran off, maybe that explains where he was heading!
Only one thing could have been drawing him there. The source of the god remains used as the poison's key ingredient, the mother lode.
This is getting crazier and crazier. What kind of person would do all this just to poison Jialiang? Hey, why has everyone gone quiet all of a sudden?
Since this poison was carefully hidden away in a secret compartment, the one who concocted it is likely a resident of the house.
You mean Jialiang? Why would he poison himself?
Think a little harder, Paimon. Someone else who lives here, and who might have expertise in crafting drugs.
I love how we're both glaring at Paimon, just being like,
So you're
Paimon,
saying-
you can get it.
It was Jiang Li? Wait, but that doesn't make any sense either. Why would she poison her own husband?
Who knows?
I agree. It makes little sense. Jiangli does not strike me as the kind of person who would do such a thing.
Look at the facts, though. How many people in the entirety of Liyue have the ability to concoct a poison from god remains?
It's too early to draw any conclusions. We should question Jia Liang about it once he has made more progress in his recovery. Yes. According to the Origins and Symptoms of Diseases, the minor loads will disappear if the mother load is purged.
So we just have to
So if we can
purge the
find
mother
and
load.
destroy the source of these god remains, the poison will leave Jialiang's system without the need for any further treatment.
Nice.
Do you know anything about god remains in Qingsa village?
I've only heard the rumors.
Even the history books have no record of this. The only ones who'll know anything are those old fogies who have been hanging around here since the beginning of time.
Zhang Li?
Didn't you used to be on good terms with the Adepti, though? You sure they didn't tell you anything about this?
Well,
Changsheng's memories and powers are not what they were in her prime. These days, she has to enter a contract with a mortal and share their life force just to sustain her own life. I fear that such ancient events are long gone from her memory by now.
Whoa, what? After a contract? Share life force? Sounds like some pretty spooky sorcery if you ask Paimon.
Seriously?
Hey, plenty of people would jump at the chance to join forces with a powerful being like me. With my assistance in rebalancing your chi, not only can you extend your lifespan, but you will also be stronger, healthier, and able to eat whatever you like with no risk of upsetting your stomach.
Stronger and healthier? Wow, that's amazing! Baiju, maybe when you retire, you can let Paimon sign a contract with Changsheng for a few days.
Unfortunately, Changsheng's contract has strict requirements regarding the host's temperament. None of her hosts have ever been exempted from these rules. I fear that I will be unable to accommodate your wishes, Paimon.
Temperament? Hey! What are you trying to say? Did you just subtly insult Paimon to her face?
Maybe. Strange. Baiju has a weak constitution. And didn't his master pass away at an early age?
Ugh! Paimon's mad! You're getting ugly nicknames! Go
exactly why your natural temperament makes you woefully unsuited to being my host.
All right, everybody, calm down. Back to the matter at hand. Is there any way at all for us to seek counsel from the Adepti about this?
With how antisocial they are? If it were up to them, they'd go their whole lives without showing their faces to the common folk. What?
Seems you're as well connected as they say, traveler. We are truly fortunate to have you on our side.
Oh, if you're talking about who Paimon thinks you're talking about, you better do the honors.
Oh, show!
It's Paimon every time.
Are all Adepti in the habit of materializing out of thin air like this?
Well, this is unexpected.
It's you.
Baiju of Boo Boo Pharmacy. I do believe I've had the pleasure before. The Lantern Rite, when we met briefly, I was unaware of your true identity. I must apologize for the discourtesy.
This is so funny.
You two already know each other?
Our paths have crossed once before. I sense the presence of evil spirits. Is this why you called me?
Yeah. That's exactly why.
So someone has been concocting demonic poison.
Yep.
Too often, fervent desires drive mortals to abandon all regard for their own safety. It is lamentable. I now know what you seek. It is true that a god's remains are buried beneath the foundations of Chinxa village. A vile monster known as the Ch once wrought havoc over this land, before it was subdued by Rex Lapis.
Okay.
The land was finally cleansed of poison when Rex Lapis used statues in his likeness to seal the serpent's remains. Chinxa village was founded some time after that. The seal is still mostly intact. If the Ch is the source, then it must be some of its blood leaking from deep underground. However, its aura is faint and barely detectable. You will need to investigate further to identify the location of the leak.
Ah, I see.
I do not like to intervene against mortals unless absolutely necessary. But when demonic forces are involved, things can spiral out of control. If that happens, be sure to call my name again.
Thank you, Zhao.
Nothing. I do not wish to sway decisions that are mortals to make, but immortality may not be the blessing that you imagine it to be.
I shall treasure your words of instruction, Master Adeptus.
Farewell.
What a strange Adeptus. Rather different from the way I remember them.
That's Shell for ya! And thanks to him, we finally got some concrete info to go off of.
Seriously, though.
If the god remains are leaking from underground, Jiangli must be paying a visit to a subterranean cave on her herb-gathering trips. If we can find the cave...
Master! Master! There's a problem!
What's the problem?
Did you run all the way from Boo Boo Pharmacy?
What happened? Don't panic. Just catch your breath and tell me everything.
It's Jiaoliang.
What's up with him?
He was fine one minute, and then he suddenly took a turn for the worse.
Oh gosh.
Already? How? Based on past experience, he should have been fine for the next 3 days at least.
It seems that my worst fears have been confirmed. Everyone, back to Boo Boo Pharmacy now.
Do we have to go back? I was ready to go find these god remains so we could get this over with. You know?
Dad, what's wrong? Dad?
Oh gosh.
Don't be scared. Dr. Baishu will be back soon.
How is he doing?
Dr. Baishu, you're back! My dad was doing fine earlier, but then he suddenly started coughing up blood. Now he can't even get a full word out anymore.
Oh, that's so
When
sad.
I left, he was still conscious. But now...
Gui, please take Jia Liang to the back room and prepare for treatment.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry, Ayu. I will cure your father.
Baishu's not gonna use Chang Sheng's secret art again.
He's going to. Oh. I have to go a little further. Okay.
How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere? You're not gonna suddenly collapse again, are you?
Much better, Ayu. I'm feeling much better. In fact, I can't explain it, but somehow I feel even better than usual. Wait, where's Dr. Baiju? I still haven't had a chance to thank him. Seems he moved me here before I came to.
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row. I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. I'll have to discuss it properly with Jiang Li once we find her. Speaking of which, has there been any word of her whereabouts yet?
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll go check with them again in a bit.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang. I strongly suggest that you stay and rest at Boo Boo Pharmacy for now. I can accompany Ayu to the Adventurers Guild.
I suppose you're right. I'll have to rely on you this time. Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr. Baiju in person once he's finished resting.
Traveler, Baiju hasn't shown his face ever since he went...
Let's go check up on him. He's probably not doing super well.
Huh?
You're finally awake? That was far too risky. Even with me here to help you balance your chi.
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, it was not completely without benefit to myself. I managed to learn something. Jiang Li's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
So, how much longer do you think Baishu's gonna nap for?
They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and show our faces?
All right.
I love his glasses. I just keep looking at his glasses and I'm like, I wish I could have a pair of glasses like that. I'd probably look dumb with them though.
Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have just...
Who's talking behind our backs again?
Ah! Baishu! Changsheng!
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer a rather large amount of life force on this occasion. But, with Changsheng's help, I will recover in time.
Jiaoliang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life-saving treatment again so soon?
I made an error in my initial diagnosis. Jiaoliang is in fact suffering from more than one ailment, and as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What do you mean?
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out of him, he'd still be sick?
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jiaoliang's system is there precisely because it is being used to manage his underlying medical condition. Jiaoliang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk of coughing up blood and fainting, and in the longer term, causes irreversible damage to the internal organs.
Okay.
Though it was created from god remains, this formula is not a poison in Jiaoliang's case. Rather, it's his medication.
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
So that's why she did it.
Using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system, it began to impact his cognition.
Okay.
Moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiang Li had to concoct ever greater quantities to ensure its continued efficacy, or he could have still perished at any moment.
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse, and why his mom went off to gather herbs.
So now what?
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many times Jiang Li has exposed herself to them. I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described. In an effort to save Jiaoliang's life, Jiang Li has abandoned all regard for her own safety.
I never suspected that even Jiang Li would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps this is the inevitable course of fate. To sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible. Whatever the cost may be.
Well, I think that it's too early to say with any certainty what fate has in mind. In any case, I have stabilized Jiaoliang's condition for now, so our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingsa village and find out where Jiang Li is. Her regular exposure to god remains over such a long period will have been catastrophic for her health. And given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baiju.
It's Jiaoliang! Don't tell Paimon you overheard everything already.
Dr. Baiju, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk for Jiang Li's sake.
Can't blame
After
him.
all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the very least, I can show you the way. I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember. I have to remember.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart. For your own safety, you should stay here and rest.
No! We're out of time! We have to go now. Right now. Before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility that you will not return from it. Are you sure you're prepared for that?
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long overdue. So why should I fear it? There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
Aww.
Very well. Then follow me.
This makes me sad. And what's worse is I have to leave off on this note as soon as I'm out of dialogue land.
Dr. Baiju, are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose of the usual formula? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen, and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th compartments of my medicine cabinet. I hope it works.
Dr. Baiju, do you mean...
Hop to it now, and remember to be careful with the cauldron this time. You don't want to burn yourself again.
Okay.
Does Chi-Chi know to burn herself? Alright, well... There's still the next part, but unfortunately I do have to stop here. I did get more weapon ore. Like I was saying, I have homework to do, and unfortunately that's going to be the situation for a while. I won't be able to make videos, and to do much more than streaming for 1 or 2 hours on Friday and Saturday until I get caught up. I don't know how long that's going to be, so, you know, I'll keep you guys updated as much as possible. It's just, unfortunately, I just don't have the time, and schoolwork is more important to me. So, I will see you guys later. Yeah. Bye-bye.